She laughed through the door. Based on a true story from my family bloodline. Welcome back to Yawning Graves, where real Caribbean horror stories are told in the dark. And tonight, I'm giving you a tale straight from my own bloodline. This one happened to a man named Raymond, and when he told me, the hair on my arms stood straight. It's the kind of thing you don't forget. Ever. Let me take you to a place they used to call Rat Bottom. Not a fancy name. Not the kind of place you'd boast about. Just a quiet, low-lying area at the end of a long road, where the ground stayed damp even in dry season, and the air always smelled like rain that hadn't fallen yet. There was a house there, long time now, belonged to an old family, decent people, quiet folks. They grew old in that house, and, like all of us eventually will, they passed away. One by one, the lights in the house went out, until nobody was left to turn them back on. So, the house just sat, still, waiting. Years later, some folks turned it into a shop, started selling clothes and goods out front, set up shelves and counters. But the back of the house? That stayed mostly untouched. There was a bed frame in one room, some old cupboards, and just enough space to make it livable. If you were brave enough. That's where Raymond came in. They offered him a little pay to watch the place at night. Nothing big. Just lock up, sleep there, and keep an eye out. He said yes. It sounded simple, but you and I both know. When something sounds too simple, something's always lurking, waiting to complicate it. The first few nights, nothing. Just the usual creaks and rats scurrying across the floor. He got used to the silence, even gave the place a little nickname, Rat Bottom. Because that's what it felt like. Low, quiet, crawling. But then came the night. He was heading to the house a little later than usual. The moon was out, but clouds were thick. Still, he made his way down, key in hand, boots crunching gravel as he stepped onto the veranda. And that's when he heard it. Software, quiet. Heh. He paused, looked around. Nothing. He told himself it was just the wind and turned the key. A little louder. A little closer. He opened the door, stepped in. The sound slid deeper into the house, like something was running out the back, laughing all the way. Still, Raymond wasn't one to spook easily. He closed the door, locked it, went into the back room and lay down on the squeaky old bed. Tried to sleep, but sleep didn't come. What did come was her. He didn't know what time it was, but something woke him, choking. Not from dust, not from dreams, but from fingers. Long, cold fingers jammed into his throat. A woman was on top of him. Her skin was pale, wet-looking. Her hair was long, black, and hung like seaweed across her face. Her eyes glowed faint in the dark. Her mouth twisted into a snarl of pure hatred. She wasn't there to frighten him. She came to kill. Raymond fought, clawed, kicked, but her grip was like iron. She leaned in closer, her laugh whispering against his ear. His vision blurred, his chest burned. The world started to fade. And then she came. A short woman, strong and fierce, burst into the room like thunder. He knew her face, knew it like the lines on his own hand. It was his grandmother. But she'd been dead for years. She didn't hesitate, didn't speak. She grabbed the evil woman by the hair, yanked her off Raymond like she weighed nothing, and flung her across the room. The thing shrieked, a sound that didn't belong in this world. But Raymond's grandmother didn't back down. She fought her, beat her down, dragged her right out of the house, every blow shaking the walls. And then silence. Raymond lay there, trembling, gasping for air. The room still, the evil gone. But the truth hung heavy in the air. That wasn't a nightmare. That wasn't a dream. He believed the spirit of his grandmother that night wasn't just a memory. It was an angel, sent in a form he would trust. A heavenly disguise, because only something holy could have fought off that thing and lived to tell the tale. That was a battle between light and dark, because light and dark are always battling, even when we can't see it. And sometimes we are the battleground. He never slept in that house again, and he never doubted again that the dead walk, some to harm, and some to protect. He said once, "I don't know what that thing was, but I know what saved me, and I know not every grave stays quiet. So if you ever pass through Rat Bottom and you hear laughter, don't open no door. Don't look behind you, because the devil doesn't always knock. Sometimes she laughs." But the land didn't forget. Years passed, Raymond grew older. The shop stayed boarded up, nobody daring to reopen it. But then, someone new came to town. A young man. Outsider. Didn't grow up hearing the stories. He bought the lot cheap. Said he was going to build a nice 2-bedroom right where the old house used to stand. Locals warned him, told him what happened to Raymond. He laughed, called it foolishness. And so, the house went up. But strange things started before the paint even dried. Tools moved on their own. Footprints in cement where no one walked. Workers quitting after seeing a barefoot woman walk through solid walls. The man moved in anyway. He didn't last a month. One night, he vanished. Door wide open, lights on, keys still inside. Only thing left behind was a wet handprint on the bedroom wall. The land still holds her. The house still stands, empty, broken. And if you walk past late enough, you'll hear it. Final whispered outro. Thanks for listening to this true tale from Yawning Graves. Some spirits move on, some stay, and some wait. If you hear laughter in the dark, don't ignore it. Hold your Bible, call on the Lord, and walk good. This is She Laughed Through the Door. Only on Yawning Graves.